Tottenham's Premier League season has drawn to its conclusion. Spurs finished 5th in the Premier League, which was quite impressive in what was considered a bit of a roller coaster of the season. And we all know what happens at this time of year on YouTube. People react to their predictions earlier on at the beginning of the campaign. So today on the Sonny Talks Spurs YouTube channel, we're going to be doing just that. And I'll be honest, I can't remember what I said, and I'm worried about what I said. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, which I believe my first prediction was where we were going to finish.
But now let's get into the first category, and that is, where are Tottenham going to finish this season? So I have ummed and ahed about our finish, and I'll be honest, it's tricky. It's tricky. A lot of people writing Tottenham off. I've seen a lot of people's predictions already, and they've got us around 10th, 9th, 8th, maybe 7th at a push.
That was true.
There's not a lot of expectation, you know. People think Ange has just got to come in, maybe get us playing new football. Obviously, you've had the Harry Kane situation all summer. How will that help the club or detriment the club? You know, a new system to implement.
Yes.
New players to come in. The defence is still yet to be fully sorted.
True.
You know, but we've got some good players in James Maddison that have come in. Marinos Solomon.
I mean,
Mickey van der Ven.
Yes.
So yeah, it is a tricky one. So I'm in an ahhing. I don't think we're going to get top 4. I can't see that happening. I think Manchester City.
So that was spot on. That was spot on. We did not get top 4, and I'm not sure my reasoning, but let's see what I had to say.
Too strong. So are Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United will probably secure those spots.
I think that's
Chelsea are going to be there or thereabouts.
They were in the end.
So I have gone with. I think Tottenham are going to finish 6th.
Not too bad actually. 6th. I think, you know, people, that was quite optimistic at the time. I think I remember saying, I was like, 6th, you know, would be a very, very, very good season. So the fact that, you know, that's not bad. 1 place off, I will take that. But let's see what else I had to say.
Now, weirdly enough, when you see my table at the end, I have put us 5th, but that was because I was umming and ahhing, and that was a few days ago. But I am going to go with us to be 6th. But the main reason I did put us 5th was at the expense of Zach Jalab, because I did say that Tottenham would finish higher than Chelsea.
Which they did.
I'm not so sure about that now. So I'm going to go with 6th because I think we've still got a good squad.
Yes.
If we do keep Harry Kane, it's still a very good squad.
I'm
and
worried
he
about
can
what
score
that's
about 30 goals in the Premier League as well. So I've got the faith that we can do well. And I'm predicting that some teams like Newcastle, Aston Villa and Brighton are going to drop off a little bit just because they're probably not
not Villa. I've just realized, not Villa.
Sunday or midweek Sunday with European football. And we won't have European football. So we've got more time to, you know, develop our style under Ange and really get...
I think that's quite a good prediction. I think that is very, very spot on. I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy. But let's just go on to what my next prediction was.
So now I've got top goal scorer, and at the time of recording, Harry Kane is still a Spurs player.
I remember I recorded this the day before we left.
Season. So the easy person to say is Kane for the top goal scorer. Okay. But I'm also in that I think Son will come back this year. I actually am hoping that Son
That's really not bad at all.
Remontada, you could say.
He did.
But if I am to be honest, I am going to go with Harry Kane. I still think Harry Kane might be here this season. I still think he will be leading the line. He will score the most goals. You just can't take that away from him. So I will say Kane for the top goal scorer. But to cover my bum, or ass, or whatever you want to call it, I will say Son as well. He'll be 2nd, or if Kane leaves, it will be Son. So have I got out of that one? A little bit.
I don't think I did get out of that. Oh, why did I say Harry Kane? What was I thinking when I said Harry Kane? Oh, he literally left the day after. I remember I put the video out and he left. But Son, you know, I mean, pretty much the next logical answer. I'm not sure if I could even give myself that one. That was a bit of a cop-out, I'm not going to lie. Next up, we have assists.
I haven't gone for Harry Kane because I think in this Ange role, he might not be dropping deep if he does stay.
On Kane
I've gone for James Maddison because I think James Maddison is the final piece to the...
He got 9. He got 9 assists. I think Brennan Johnson and Son got 10 each. So it's all right. But what did I have to say? Let's see.
Tottenham jigsaw puzzle, you know. We've seen in pre-season, he's already looking creative. He's explosive. He's got good dribbling. He's got an eye for a pass. He got a good cross the other day to get Kane's goal against Shakhtar Donetsk. So Yeah, I think he'll get the most assists. You know, he'll be able to have so much freedom in that 8 role.
I mean,
I'm really looking forward to seeing James Maddison this season. And that actually goes on to my next point,
what is this
which
one?
is, who do I think is going to be the player of the season?
No.
And I've put James Maddison for that as well, because...
I don't know what I'll see what I've got to say after this, but I mean, if anything, if he hadn't got injured against Chelsea, he was probably going to be on course for, this is really me covering myself, going to be on course for the player of the season and the signing of the season, but since coming back from injury, he hasn't hit his form. I mean, the player of the season, I think the fans' player of the season was voted as Mickey van der Ven. You could probably have an argument for Mickey van der Ven, Vicario maybe. It'll definitely be, Romero as well, but definitely not James Maddison. But I don't know what I've said here.
I think as well, he is the signing of the season.
I did say it.
The signings of the season.
I mean, I didn't know he was going to get injured, did I?
But that was a massive overpayment. We got James Maddison for 40 million, and he's so
Why did I go in on
regarded.
Declan Rice like that?
I just think that's perfect, and I really think he's going to have a big season. I think he's the perfect player.
Hopefully he will be the perfect player one day.
Puzzle. He is the player we've been crying out for since Christian Eriksen.
I'm going to stop that there because I feel like I'm waffling on, but yeah. Not a bad shout considering, but the injury really did hamper him this season. Now the next one, I've done flop of the season. Who did I say for this?
Now we go on to flop of the season. Who do I think is going to struggle? Now, I bet a lot of people will be shouting Richarlison, but I've got him in another category, so it's not Richarlison.
I wonder what I've done there for him.
I have actually gone for Vicario.
I think
he's going to struggle this season. I did a video on it recently about him from the Barcelona game where I did critique him a little bit, but he did...
I'm going to stop there. Oh my God. Literally been one of our best players this season. Wow. What have I said? What have I done? I remember I was very worried about Vicario coming in because I wasn't sure how proven he was. He's obviously been fantastic. Recent months, not so good with the whole set piece thing, but he's still been a good shot stopper nonetheless. We didn't keep many clean sheets this season either, but not really his fault, some of that. But, I mean, I did do an apology video on Vicario a couple of months after this. So... I feel like I've already faced the music when it came to Vicario, but what else did I have to say?
Have a makeshift defence in front of him in Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez, which he won't have in most of the Premier League. I'm hoping it'll be Mickey van der Ven and Romero. Obviously, this is going to take time for them to bed in and Mickey van der Ven to get used to the Premier League. Vicario, really. I think there is a great goalkeeper there. Like, he has got good passing. Okay. It's just sometimes in pre-season I've seen him flap at a few efforts. I think he's going to take time to embed. I think there's a lot of pressure on goalkeepers going into this season. We've seen the likes of Onana, Robert Sanchez, David Raya. There's a lot. Robert
Sanchez didn't even play, did he?
Eyes now on goalkeepers and what they're expected to achieve with the passing out from the back and being good at shot stopping. You've got to be good at everything. You're basically like an outfield player now. But I am just concerned that he won't hit the ground running and it will take him a few months to adapt.
I'm just going to move on from that. I'm embarrassed and I apologise for that shout. Right, next up, most improved player. Now, if I was to really say what I've put for this, I would say maybe the likes of Richarlison, maybe probably him as the front runner, really. If I'm trying to think who else has really improved. Probably Romero, you could say, most improved as well, but I don't know who I would have said.
But most improved, I am going out on a bit of a whim here. I think it's going to be Richarlison, especially if Harry Kane leaves. There'll be a lot more expectation on him, but I think he could thrive on that expectation. He has also looked good in pre-season, and he's been asked to play as that loan.
I'm going to pause it there because that's probably one of the most spot-on takes. Richarlison has improved. He has faced a lot of injury troubles this season, but he has improved a lot in this team. He's perfect in this Ange setup. There are rumours that he could leave, but I've seen today that he also wants to stay at Spurs as well. So depends who we bring in or if we bring in any forward reinforcements. But I'll take that. I will take that every day of the week. What else did I say?
Striker, he has looked energetic. This system and style suits him better. Mm-hmm. I think he can't be much worse than last year. 3 goals in all competitions, 1 in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I am hopeful he can pick up his form. I think there'll be less pressure on him. He won't be forced to play in positions that he doesn't want to, like out on the wing.
He did one game and he
left
played
back at times under Antonio Conte. So yeah, I think Richarlison is going to improve. I think he will show more improvement than most players. I am quite confident. Also, I want to shout out Basuma. I think Basuma's on for a big season as well. He's been given the number 8 shirt.
I'm going to stop that there. I mean, he did start well. So this would have been... I mean, if these predictions were done in our first 10 games, I think a lot of them would be more spot on, maybe, apart from Vicaria. But Basuma has fallen off a cliff in recent months. And also, we don't know if he is going to be staying. So, yeah, I'm going to just skip over that one. So next up, I did Breakout Spurs Star. Now, I mean, Adogi comes to mind, probably Sarr as well, but he dropped off a little bit, didn't he, and was a bit injured and went to AFCON. So, I mean, Pedro Porro, I mean, does he count as a breakout star? I'm not really sure, but yeah, I guess I meant a youngster, but let's see who I said.
I've got breakout star, and this took a lot of deliberation, really, because how do you define a breakout star? Are they a new signing?
I like how I've
Or
explained
someone's
it.
been at a club for a while and they haven't really got, starting minutes and stuff like that? Or are they a youngster who's come through the ranks? I've gone for Sarr because, in glimpses last year, we saw him. He played a very good game, obviously, against AC Milan in midfield with Oliver Skipp when we had no bodies to play there, and I thought he was very composed.
I'm happy with this.
We've seen him a lot in pre-season playing in either of those 8 roles, and I think he's looked great. Like, people have compared him to the likes of like a powerhouse midfield, like a Vieira or a Yaya Toure, or someone who can proper bulldoze midfields.
I mean, he did in the first earlier parts of the season. He did, and he sort of came into that midfield and made it his own. Many people, when we signed Maddison, thought that the midfield would be Maddison, Bentancur, and Basuma. Obviously, Basuma's dropped off a little bit. Bentancur's had his injuries, so yeah, I'll take that every day of the week. Sarr, the star boy, whatever you want to call him, very happy with that as a prediction. Now, I've just seen what the next category is, but I'll let myself do the talking for this one, I believe, because it doesn't really need an introduction.
Now, my next category, will Tottenham win a trophy?
What did I say? Did I go gung-ho? I can't remember.
This is tricky. So we have not got European football. No. We will be obviously focused on the league and finish it as high as we can. But then we have got a good chance with the Carabao Cup and FA Cup to do something. Because I think Ange Postecoglou is going to treat the cup competition seriously.
I mean, he didn't in the Carabao Cup, so yeah.
I think he'll play strong teams.
He
obviously wants to win. He's got a bit more motivation than Antonio Conte did. Antonio Conte not playing Harry Kane against Sheffield United, I think, was his biggest mistake last season.
True.
More than the Champions League exit or anything like that. So will we win a trophy?
What did I say?
I'm going to go with no. Because I think
maybe?
we'll go far in them. I don't think we're ready to win a trophy.
I mean, we didn't go far in them at all, did we? Oh, what was it? A second round exit in the Carabao because we were in the earlier stages because of no European football. And then 4th round exit in the FA Cup to Man City. Yikes. Next up, my prediction was, will Ange get sacked? Let's see.
Next one, will Ange Postecoglou be sacked? Now, I've seen a lot of people saying he's going to be gone by Christmas. He's not good enough.
I mean, people did say that.
Of neutral fans. I don't think he's going to be sacked. Yay. I actually think Tottenham are going to be patient this year.
It's a 50-50, wasn't it?
Time. If we're sitting like 8th or 9th, 10th by Christmas,
which we
show like actual promise and good play, I still think that Levy's going to have faith with him because I don't see where we go from here if we do sack him. Like, what other managers are out there? We've been on wild goose chases the last couple of seasons trying to get managers. So I just can't see it happening.
Oh, spot on. I mean, look at the clubs now circling for managers. They just, Chelsea can't even appoint anyone because they're not sure who they want after Pochettino. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious that Ange wasn't going to be sacked this season. I mean, but people were predicting us to finish quite low. But again, I'll take that one. This next one, I titled my rogue prediction. So God knows what I said here.
My rogue prediction of the season. Now, this could be about anything. It could be about a result. It could be about a run of fixtures. Anything. My rogue prediction, I don't know how rogue this really is. I think we're going to improve our form against the big 6 sides tenfold. Like, I can see us going...
Let me guess. So I said tenfold there. So we lost to Arsenal, but drew against them. Beat Liverpool controversially, and then lost to them. Lost to Chelsea twice. Drew with City and lost to them. Drew with United and beat them. Is that 6? I think so. Yeah, I mean, not really spot on, is it? But I don't know what else. What did I say?
To teams and actually giving them a game this time and not being.
We did give some people a game, yeah.
Because we're sitting back. I think we could go to other stadiums and actually pick up some results. I think our home form's going to improve as well. That's not a road prediction. I think that's just
not sure about
due to happen. So, as a road prediction, I really think we're going to improve.
It was called a road prediction for a reason, I guess. And finally, I did our story of the season. So this must have been what I thought and how I thought the season would play out. I don't even know.
And my final category is the story of the season. So what I've done for this is I've mapped out how I think the season is actually going to go. And here it is. I think we're going to start off quite slowly. I think the players are going to get used to how Ange plays and his style. And we know from his time at Celtic and his other clubs, it does take time.
He's not wrong, but
he doesn't get off to winning ways straight away. So I think the first month or so, we're going to be finding our feet. And by the time we get to Christmas, I think it will all start clicking together. We'll look quite promising. We'll be sitting in a nice enough position, but at no threat of relegation, hopefully. And then towards the end of the season, I think we'll peter out a little bit and we'll finish in that 6th spot because
we did peter. Well, we didn't just peter out. We literally went on one of the worst runs we've ever been on in Premier League history. So, some story, I guess. And finally, to wrap it all up, this is a bit of a bonus prediction. I did my Premier League table, so let me have a look what I said. So City first, Arsenal second. I had Man United third. Okay. I had Liverpool fourth. Tottenham fifth. Chelsea sixth. Villa seventh. Newcastle eighth. Brighton ninth. Not bad. Fulham, Brentford too high. Burnley 12th. Bournemouth, Palace, West Ham quite low. Forest, Everton, Wolves, Sheffield United, Luton. I had Wolves relegated. Wow. I'll be honest. I'll be doing this again this season. I'm going to do the exact same predictions again. The same categories. And let's hope next season I get more spot on because this is a mixed bag. I'm okay with some of them. I'm not so impressed with some of my other takes. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel like saying sorry, but it is what it is. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my predictions and what do you reckon the answers to those categories are? What are the real answers? Who was the player of the season? Who was the standout star? All that sort of stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed this, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs, hit the notification bell, and also link in the description down below. You become a member of Sonny Talks Spurs for 99p a month to get exclusive access to my podcast. Nice one, Sonny. And until then, hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you're not going to rinse me too much in the comment section, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Ciao.